Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Dynasty. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. Wait, why are Hispanics saying that Black community are laughing at them, that we are also going to be affected because there are also migrants in Black community and all that? We know that there are also Black migrants in Black community, and Black people did what they were supposed to do to save everybody, right? So what did you people do to save yourself and save other people? You absolutely did not do anything. Actually, I do not see anybody laughing at you, but if there is anyone laughing, I do not blame them because you all acted so dumb and ignorant and deserves to be laughed at. Because tell me how your community, how your uncles knew that you are you are not documented and still went ahead to vote who they voted for. And now I am seeing different videos of you all accusing Black people of not being kind, being mean, and all that. What do you want them to do? To give you their blood, so you know that they have sacrificed everything for you. See, let me tell you something. You do not, you, I don't know if you all are still expecting Black people to come out, but please do not expect anything because nothing is ever going to come out of this. Believe this, believe me. Nothing, even if it's coming from now to next tomorrow, ain't nothing coming out of this. It's just coming in vain. They still have sympathy and empathy over what is happening, but they are not coming out, and that it's some period, right? I do not want anything to happen to my people. So next time, I am sure you guys will learn from what is going on right now. Let's get into this video.
I think it's funny how everybody's true colors are coming out, especially the Black people.
A few moments later.
Oh, and since you want to learn Spanish so bad, tú eres una puta gorda que aparte de negra eres blanca.
And it only took you 3 seconds flat for you to show your true colors after coming on this app and being a beggar, begging for help from the Black community. If you're going to call someone a fat Black, WHO, don't cower behind a coded language. Say it to their face.
The Black people, because y'all are quick to forget what country you guys flee to shelter when you were slaves. You're quick to forget when Black Lives Matters movement was happening, who was right there next to y'all.
I can guarantee that it wasn't you, boo-boo. Most of y'all like to parrot this one talking point about Mexico, but never talk about how slavery was abolished by a Black indigenous president named Vicente Guerrero. He also helped liberate Mexico from Spain, but what did more conservative Mexicans do to their Black indigenous president after they were done using him to gain liberation? They executed him because he was pushing for Afro-Indigenous equality. After Mexicans used him to gain their liberation, they backstabbed him, and it tracks to this day. Ma'am, the easiest, most effective thing that you can do to protect yourself and preserve your rights is to vote, and the Latino community couldn't even do that. Latinos largely voted for your own oppression, and now you have the audacity to think the Black community is obligated to help you fix what you broke. Latinos, the call...
We traced the call. It's coming from inside the house. You hear me? It's coming from inside the house.
Fix your own house, Latinos.
I think it's funny how everybody's true colors are coming out, especially the Black people.
I made a video a couple days ago where I said sometimes a good thing could come out of a bad intention, and I referenced USAID. And in this situation, right, one of the things that I am most proud about that I'm seeing right now is, for the first time in my lifetime, I am seeing a united Black America. Like, you see how everyone is finally sticking together. This is one thing that I have been praying for all of my life, to just Black people to just unite under one umbrella. And you can see it now. Black people are saying, look, the disrespect has been too much. Too much. Every Black person, I live in New York, every Black person in New York has a Spanish friend that has told him, Abuela, I don't like Black people. You hang, you know, if you're, I don't know how to explain this, but yeah, we're finally sticking together. And now, then hopefully we can take this momentum and take it to the next level. Because if we do that, it's over for everybody. And they will try to find a way to stop us from uniting on that level. So the question is, how are they going to do it? And are we going to fall for it? Oh, also wanted to add, Literally about 5 minutes after I made that video about the USAID, my boy calls me to tell me, yo, that shit is not funny. He just got fired from USAID. He's in Nigeria right now. Digi, what the fuck, man? Better bring some agbalumo.
Somebody said, oh, I don't know why black people laughing at Latinos and Hispanics, because if he gets away with this whole deportation situation, and he will, black people in the community is affected too. Everybody, all of y'all are going to be laughing until your Jamaican grandma is going away. Everybody laughing when the black community is filled of black immigrants as well, stuff like that. Okay, first let me just say this. Black people aren't laughing at Latinos because we want something bad to happen to them now. We're not laughing at Hispanics because we are pleased with negative things happening to them or their fear. One, black people laugh to keep the pain away. And black people are funny as shit. I'm not gonna hold you because some of these jokes is fucking hilarious. That's just when y'all already know we funny as shit. Two, black people are laughing because we knew. Like, I want y'all to understand something. And I understand that y'all may not like it. And you may not even receive it because it's a black woman telling you this. And we know how y'all feel about black women. Y'all don't ever listen to this. But he has a hyper focus on certain people for a reason. And that reason really is because, in my belief, YT people never cared about anybody else but black people. YT people in America see things as black and white. This country has always been black and white to them. And all the rest of y'all in between, that's how they felt about y'all. I know y'all fought so hard to not be in the shadows of black people. Don't treat me like them. I'm not one of them. I'm not black. I'm Hispanic. I'm Latino. Don't do that like that. I'm not a minority. I want to be the model minority. Whatever it was. That's fine. That's cool because everybody deserves their own identity and I respect that. We understand that. Nonetheless, YT people never cared. In my prediction, YT people want to get this country back to its original form. To make America great again, right? And the original form was it was black people, Native Americans, and white people. That was it. None of y'all were over here. None of y'all were on the plantation with us. YT people see minorities as support for black people. Black people now know better. You all were able to come over here into this country and live a life of semi-luxury in comparison to us. You all were able to get benefits and privileges off of the backs because of us. YT people gave you adjacency. They gave you the model minority. They gave you a little bit more acceptance. They gave you better treatment, not because they liked you, not because they respected you, not because they seen you as equal, but it was to spite black people. You came in here on a higher, having a higher stance in the pole or hierarchy pole because of black people. One, black people fought for the right for you to even get over here and benefit from things. That's one, and one of the main important situations. And like I said, because two, white people wanted to spite black people. This is a fight between white America and black America. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all. So when black people are laughing, in the sense, we're laughing because there's no gotcha moment over here with us. See, a group of people that knew that they would be in danger if these people won, there's no gotcha moment. We knew this. The laughter comes from you all that didn't. The laughter, unfortunately, behind some of us comes because you all are experiencing a gotcha moment. The gotcha moment for you all is you all believing that if you chose them, that you would be in favor. You all believing that you were going to escape or rise above or soar above the trauma that everybody like us, black people, were going to receive. The gotcha moment was that you thought, or that you let them convince you constantly that if you aligned yourself with them, that you would be safe. And the fact is that they convinced you that having privilege over rights was better. That's what you voted for. You voted for privilege over rights. And now they're here taking your fucking rights away. So you don't receive any privilege. You see how that fucking goes? Black people have been telling you to follow us for the longest. We've been carrying everything on our shoulders and leading you for the longest. All you had to do was side with us. And you continue to live the level of comfort that you've been living out here in America. Off the backs of us. Out of the spite for us. That they can't stand us. White people have always hyper-focused on black people. He ain't got no beef with Jamaica. He ain't got no beef with Trinidad and Tobago. He ain't got no beef with Grenada, Bahamas, Barbados, Turks and Caicos, Cayman Islands. He don't give a fuck about them. Even though he talks a little shit about Haiti, he don't give a fuck about them either. He don't give a fuck about Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone. He don't give a fuck about none of them. He's not focused on them. My prediction again. YT people would want more black people here because they want to benefit off of our labor. They want to benefit off of our culture. They want to benefit off of us and just completely harass and harm us. They don't care. So they need you out of the way. Remember when Trump said that immigrants was taking black jobs? You think that he wants to remove us? No, he wants to remove you all who are receiving a level of privilege above black people. Black people still not only had to fight our way to get into places because of YT people, we had to fight to get our places because y'all were getting some level of favor over us, even though you were here and reaping the benefits off of us. So now, not only do they not have to go in competition with the model minority Asian, not only do they have to not go in competition with the Latino, not only do they not have to go into competition with the Middle Eastern, they only have to go into competition with us black people. And if they are majority in the power, you already know what they're going to do. They're going to overpower us. And now those jobs that were black jobs can go right back to us. We can go back to having the low paying jobs. They can kick us out of the executive positions and high positions that we had to work 10 times as harder to get. You only had to work 4 times as harder to get. And they'll be back in alignment. Them at the top, us at the bottom, and nobody challenging them in the middle. So I want you to have that understanding. YT people never cared about y'all in between. Y'all were just there. I'm sorry to tell you the truth. Somebody said that the snow roaches have been antagonizing us because not only are they not used to black people resting, but they want to use it as a way to get us to act out so that they can harm us. And as I'm thinking about President Lamar's performance and how they are sitting on the internet right now responding, I don't believe that's actually what it is anymore. In my humble opinion, I feel that when we lost the election, they seen how we responded and they seen us feel completely defeated. And they took it upon themselves to take advantage of that and to stomp us down 6, 7, 8 feet more further. Because if you keep stomping and kicking a person when they're down, they won't have the ability ever really to get back up. So then what did they start to do? They started with the rollback of our civil rights of what our ancestors fought for. That irritated and aggravated us. But then we realized it's not benefiting us half as much as it benefits other people. But they already knew that. So then this is when they had to change the perception of DEI to everything black. Anything and everything black or whatever position that we had was considered DEI. They turned our terms woke and DEI into a slur. Then what do? They take away Black History Month on the federal level. They take away back Juneteenth on the federal level. Then they release these mysterious FBI documents revealing the truth about one of our good, great, beloved leaders, somebody who they teach about in history, Martin Luther King Jr. The removal of CRT, these, monster groups all of a sudden popping up in predominantly black neighborhoods with certain flags, irritating us. And then what do kind of to top it all off? They start shadow banning him and TikTok when him and TikTok gets notoriety. They think that they find some of the most influential people in our community, some beloved treasures, and they convince them to put on a minstrel show for them, irritating us more. These people thought that our silence was us being completely wiped out, drained, and now being complicit with the system. What they did not expect was that we had a real beloved, respected influencer in the community. And what they did not expect was for him to come out on their stage and not only make them feel uncomfortable, but to hit a reset button. When that man left that stage and finished that performance, they knew that the reset button was hit and that black people were going to feel empowered to get up. And now they are in fear and now they are concerned. Because Cat Williams told us this last year, they will convince you that the answers is over there, but the answers is within here in our space the entire time. And they're leaning over, getting it, trying to convince you that you are not who you are. And this is why the jigaboos getting up here trying to agree and coincide with the thoughts of them while they are again playing a mind game on you and trying to tell you that this was not real entertainment, that this was boring, that this is all these negative things, is pissing me off. Because for one, your short attention span or your lack of patience to hear a story only indicates the low literacy rates that we're experiencing in this country. That's one. Two, you center them alabaster cheese curds entertainment way too much. Way too much. Hip hop rap was once a powerful tool to not only entertain and do a little bop to, but it was to pass a message and to be an empowering platform. And this is why the Mayo monsters are pissed. They did not expect for us to not only accept to take our culture back and to receive it from somebody like Kendrick Lamar, but to respond so positively and kind. Pay attention that for a while now, that they have been diluting what rap and hip hop is with people like Drake and Iggy Azalea and Eminem, Macklemore, and all these other people, which is exactly correlating to what Kendrick has been saying this entire time. He only used one of their biggest puppets to do it, to make that statement in front of you. And with the combination of Kendrick Lamar's performance, as well as with Beyonce's country album, these people are not only telling you to make a statement, but they're giving you a level of history to pay attention to so that you can strategize and activate. And one of the biggest fears that the Saltines have is black people gatekeeping. Because when black people gatekeep, it ruins everything. Nothing that they do will matter. Because pay attention to what they're trying to do right now. The next thing that they're trying to do is dismantle the Department of Education. Why do you think that they need to dismantle the Department of Education? Not only do they want to make education a privilege, but they need to stop something in their tracks. Black pride. You can't have pride in a history that you are not aware of. This country's influential power comes from a multitude of things, two of them being culture and economics. And when you pay attention to how America grew its wealth, then you will realize that America grew its wealth from agriculture, cotton, tobacco, sugar, I believe rice. The cash profits from this agriculture was used to invest in the industrialization of this country and the westward expansion. So that means for how many hundreds of years, this country benefited off of the millions and millions of unpaid, dehumanizing labor from black people. That means black people built the wealth of this country. When you look at culture, Hollywood has the biggest impact on global pop culture. America has one of the largest music systems of revenue, or whatever you call it, out here. And when you look at American music, people all over the world come over to be a part of the music scene in America. And what is American music? What are the genres that are always used? Hip hop, rap, R&B, country, rock and roll, jazz, gospel. Who created all of those? Black people. Even in Hollywood cinema, black Hollywood cinema made so much money in a statement originally that Hollywood began to take notice. And then after World War II, they decided that they wanted shares in the early black cinema profits. So that's when they started to hire black actors and actresses. Pay attention to what is happening. If everybody starts knowing this history and they start looking into this information and they pass this information on to their children, as we are continuing to do through things like Him and TikTok, through influential voices like Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar gets on that stage and tells you gatekeep. Discrimination is legal now. Do what you need to do. Who has access to who after a while? Where does the transfer of power go when black people revoke your card to come into your space, into our spaces? Where is their identity? They are having an existential crisis on the internet right now. It is embarrassing. Because they have been trying to convince you that you are not the very cloth of America, that you are not American, that you hold no value in America. They've demonized everything that you've created because they secretly have been stealing it and profiting off of it. That's something that this country is founded on. And when black people gatekeep, black people stop allowing them to place these vultures in front of us. We stop putting them on a pedestal. We stop giving them success. We start putting our money towards the people that we want to put them on. We stop giving them access. We stop being their educators. And what do they have left? Nothing.
Why y'all not asking where the Asians are? Why y'all don't ask where the Arabs are? Where are the Native Americans? But no, it's where are the black people? Black people don't ever say where's somebody else. That's all of you guys. We don't owe you anything because I'm trying to figure out what you did. Because nothing's changed for us. We were with you during Black Lives Matter. When did it stop? When did the police brutality and the racism and Jim Crow system stop? All I know is that black people let y'all and the rest of you come and jump on the movement, and y'all turned around and fucked us over. Affirmative action gone. The 1964 civil rights gone. Everything. And y'all say, it wasn't the Arabs. If all the Arabs and all the Mexicans voted for Kamala, he still would have won. That's not the point. It's the principle involved. Y'all sat around calling Kamala Genocide Harris. And because y'all's issue, the Palestinian shit, is more important to everybody than black issues, those white liberals searching for who they want to support went with y'all shit. It was more recent, it was fresher, it was more dramatic. Y'all made them motherfuckers vote not blue. You have to hold the responsibility. And y'all come in, why y'all don't ask for somebody else's help? I mean, we still going through our own genocide. You understand that, right? That nothing's changed. And you're asking us to come help you while we getting our ass beat. And still ain't got shit. We've been demanding this shit for years before the actual deportation was happening. There are black people out there saying it's wrong for years. Calling y'all brothers and sisters, and y'all saying the N-word we said on saying, y'all still motherfucking saying because y'all can. The motherfucking race wars, like literal wars between Latinos and black people. George Lopez revealing your secret that the rule in your house is don't bring no black person home. Y'all got slurs for us. Then they go to Palestinians too. Y'all got y'all black people in a city called Slave. And y'all asking where are black people? Well, Palestine getting bombed. And you act like we don't have a right to be mad that y'all use the right to vote that we gave you to vote against us. And I don't care how you cut it, none of that. I didn't say Trump. Jill Stein. Shut up. You made, just shut up. You made your decision. You want to come blame us. Ain't made no videos about these white folk Trumpers. It's all about black people. Because you're fucking racist and you proved it. Like I try to tell y'all motherfuckers in November 2023 when y'all run around calling me pro-genocide. They hate you. Arabs enslaved us. Still do for the past 3,000 years. Clock it. When we went the Underground Railroad to Mexico, when they saved us, we went back onto plantations there and were enslaved. And there was laws that said they couldn't whip us and we're free, but in reality, nobody enforced it. Afro-Hispanics, when you talk to them, will tell you the mistreatment that they received because of the blackness. And they have a lot of slurs towards us as well as Europe. So don't tell me to defend or what the fuck ever of a people that think my people are disgusting and beneath them, who never bring up our issues by themselves. We bring up their shit, and all of a sudden we brothers and sisters in struggle, and the same motherfucking Arabs is attacking Africa. That's what's happening in Sudan, y'all. The Arabs are killing and raping their children and men and women, which I've said multiple times. We're just gonna be straightforward this time. And y'all talking about we resting. Look, we got work to do. We just need to focus on our own shit and stop separating ourselves. You are black before you are anything else. A nigga. You will get no rights of anything else as long as you are black. Step away from these other groups, okay? I'm just putting it out there. 10 out of 10.
Do you know why you're seeing videos of Hispanic people talking shit about black people? Telling us that, oh, well, we don't need you, and, well, why aren't you fighting for us, and, oh, you know whose true colors are coming up, the black people, da-da-da-da. It's because they're scared of white people. 60% of you tried to assimilate after we all told you that what they're saying is bullshit. And you didn't listen. And now you're trying to punch down on somebody who's been the victim and is not your opponent. It's because you're scared of them. Why would you not make any videos but like, hey, well, where are you guys? Like, we voted for you and we tried to help you and we're trying to make America great again. It's like, why are you not helping us? They never were going to. So why are you punching down on black people? Do you know why you can come on here and see black creators talking mad shit about black people and glazing freaking white people and their culture? Is because they're scared of white people, right? They think that if they tell them what they want to hear, they act just like them, they surround themselves with them, they're going to be like, good boy, and pat them on the back and treat them better than all the other black people. But it always backfires. Even with this new South Asian wave here in Canada, I've literally gone in the comments of some of these videos and you'll see Indian people being like, oh, well, I'm always getting it from black people and black people this and da-da-da-da. Some kid got murdered in like Edmonton. And I go down through the comments and everyone's saying, oh my God, this is terrible, this is terrible. Then you see a freaking old Indian man being like, oh good, they deserve to die. These Jamals and da-da-da-da-da. I've battled with Indian people down in the fucking comments and I'm just like, this is so stupid. When you go into the comment section of any video that has an Indian person in it, you see the vile shit that people are saying. The majority of it is not black people. And yet they want to come on freaking line and be like, oh, well, it's black people doing this, da-da-da-da-da. It's because you're scared of them, man. Even before this wave happened, I would go to try to apply for a job. Indian manager, disrespectful as fuck. I'll go to like Niagara Falls with my family. A whole bunch of fucking people walking around. But then there's 4 Indian guys in the car. Drive all the way, go out of the way to park right in the front of the curb there. And as I'm walking there, they're out the window like staring at me. I throw my hands up like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, do something. But you won't do that to no white boy. All of our communities have generational fear. All of our communities have Stockholm Syndrome. And every single time that you see some of these people who are doing this and are trying to assimilate into their culture, they show you every single time that you are not one of them and they will never accept you, ever. And the fact that you would come on here and publicly punch down on a community that has been victimized more than you for hundreds of years is cowardly. And it shows that you are scared of them. Why don't you stick up to them then? Why are you not freaking joining in with black people who have been fighting back to them for centuries? Why? What are you fighting for? Remember, there was a bunch of Native Americans that tried to assimilate as well. There were a few tribes that tried to own slaves as well, tried to do everything that white people did and said, and they still took everything away from them. Like, y'all just be so gullible, so weak in the knees. Like, stand the fuck up. Open your eyes. Like, my God.
Wendell Price, buddy from Waiting to Exhale, he was cooking with this. He said the mass deportation of illegal immigrants is a racist purge of Latino and black communities. Notice, no raid to the Russian community in Britain Beach or the Irish community of Boston, where known undocumented immigrants regularly live. I know some folks gonna be like, but he said illegal immigrants. In my perception, I think that he's calling into question how particular communities are always seen as being illegal and the other ones just seen as being undocumented. He goes on to say, no European immigrant communities rated. Remember, President Clinton, President Obama, and President Biden deported more illegal immigrants than President Trump. They enforced our immigration laws better than President Trump. These raids are performative to capture attention of his base, and rightfully so. Promise kept. You know, a lot of us in the community is being like, well, we sitting this one out. We tired. We told y'all community shouldn't have voted for this. And listen, even if you believe that and feel that way, who do you think they coming for after? Being real, who do you think they still coming after now? It's because they trying to mass deport them don't mean they didn't stop policing and trying to criminalize us, right? Y'all know Wendell Price, that person that wrote these tweets, also started in Brown Sugar, right? Yes, he going on to say this is an organized effort to eliminate all progress made in racial equality in centuries of progress. The birthright citizenship in the 14th Amendment ensured newly freed slaves their rights as citizens in 1965, and now Trump wants to eliminate that. And the irony of that is the same white conservatives that love to distance themselves from the plantation and say, yeah, my people didn't own no slaves. My granddaddy migrated over here from this random European country in the early 1900s. You feel me? It's like, so hold on. You a second, third generation American that feel like you have more right to be here than some people that was here for generations before. The thing that always blows my mind is that the individuals that are marked as Latino, a lot of them are indigenous people. You feel me? They are native to this land. And you talking about go back to where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Pierce went on to say, this is an organized effort to destroy the 1965 Voting Rights Bill. They have already eliminated Section 4 that protected us from poll taxes and other tricks of voter suppression. The voter suppression they say ain't happening, but they removing stuff. I'll say it from the video. He said, now they're eliminating efforts to include minority contracts in government. A business partner of mine lost his contract with the stroke of a pen this week. Let them tell it. It was a stroke of pen, the Emancipation Proclamation that gave us our freedom, and we should thank the people that signed that John Hancock. Do you recognize that it's a stroke of a pen that they believe they can take it away, right? President Trump has halted all civil rights discrimination investigations in the Department of Justice. The police reform has supported as law enforcement has been given blanket immunity. Ironic, as those criminals who attacked the police on January 6th are pardoned. Political violence is now normalized, but I would argue it's been normalized, just put in mainstream and ain't really being as secretive about it. You feel me? I tell you with my whole chest, fascism has been here. Trump is just accelerating the status quo that's already been here in our faces. I digress though. Ended it by saying there are those who do not have our best interests at heart. The black community has now been called to exercise its rights of self-determination and protection. From the beginning of this country, there is an effort to marginalize and obstruct our participation in the American aesthetic. This is a call to action to protect our rights and practice radical self-care. There is blood on that ballot box. Many have died to guarantee our rights. We must fight as President Trump destroys them. Yes, I know, comment section, there are a lot of nuances that we can point at and pick at the way he said. But I think the overall message that he was able to put down and being able to explain his thoughts and how he lined them out, it makes sense to me.
This is all I got from this video. And one thing I know for sure is that everybody will have to sit up. Everybody will have to learn. Everybody will have to buckle up. Because they are seeing the problem they caused by themselves. And now it is black people's problem. Everybody is talking about it like we created the problem. No, we did not. We tried quenching the problem, but you all thought it was all black thing because everything so far is black thing. You all thought everything benefits black people, not knowing that black people just want everybody to be safe. Why? Because they have lived that life and they do not wish it for anybody at all. But you people, no, you would rather be in white space than be with people that look like you. But I love the fact that everything is just unfolding because I see a lot of videos saying black people this, black people that, and the rest of it. Black people are not helping us. Black people are not fighting for us. Who will fight for you? You want to bring black people out, right? And then things will start happening to them and you all will run back to your houses without even saying anything. No, it's no longer that period. If you notice, the ones that has happened so far, I mean, like, there has not been a lot of protests, but they have done protests, right? I didn't see anybody being, like, taken away by the cops or something. And if anything happens, like, we come out, things like that will happen. So we don't want to be the target anymore. Why? Because we told you people, this is going to happen if you end up doing this. Now, I understand where consciously was coming from the video, the man's, tweets, the man said that Latinos and other black communities are being targeted. Now, let me tell you something. When you see that or you hear that your community is going to be or is being targeted, what did you do or what are you doing to stop that from happening? Everybody, you all had that opportunity to stop that from happening, yet you all felt like it is not your type of thing. You are not supposed to do anything. Now it is happening. The way they said it to you is also the way it is happening, right? And you all are out all over saying black people do not care about what it's got. What do you want black people to do? To get on the street and get people? Not anymore, right? Because you all had all the time to think about how you guys are going to vote. And you all still came out and messed the whole thing up. How is that black people's problem? How did you offend you, right? Now, looking at the whole thing, just to tell you how dumb some of you are, you all were the targets. And others, you all were the target, right? Because now you still have other migrants, like Russians, like he said, and the rest of it are also all there, and nothing has been done about them. It's been Latinos. And also, I always see this street of like, Obama deported. How did Obama deport people? Obama was he strategically mapped out how he deported people by not separating parents and kids, by making sure that the people that were deported were people that already might have caused some problems, or people with criminal records. Does that make any sense? So now let me tell us this. Next time when you hear B, you have to make sure that it is B. Why? Because cow leg looks like B. Or if you see B and cow leg, they look alike. Next time they tell you something, or black people tell you something, I hope you're listening good. Because whatever that has been going on all this period is it's something very teachable for everybody. We have to learn and unlearn. Make sure you all sit up. And I want you to know that it is not our problem. If black people choose to help, they will help. But if they do not choose to help, they will still sit back in their houses, which they are actually doing, and encouraging themselves, building themselves up, and doing the very best for themselves, right? So enough of black people are not helping us. Black people are helping us. And I also brought a video of a Latino woman who actually came out to use the N-word on black people. Is that not the person you all want to stand up for? Nah, not my people. Look for other people. And the fact that they are not even calling Asians, I do not hear anybody call Asians. And it looks like Asians, the ones that I know, run away from the internet. I am not hearing things like that. And the ones that also encourage people to vote third party, I am not saying them anyone. I'm the one that said that they are going to vote blue, but ended up voting Trump. I have not been saying them around, so you all should call the Asians, call other white people that you all think you align so much with. It is also the white people that you say that are like you all look alike, are the ones also calling eyes and doing other things to you. That is to tell you that proximity, in fact, you do not have that protection for, how did they say that? You don't have the skin color for protection or something like that. Yeah, you do not actually have that. So I hope you all learn real good. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.